We'll see if I can pull that off somehow. It's 3 days, and like 8 pounds-ish seems like it's still kind of working, so if I can just get like 8 pounds-ish, then we should be fine. Something like that. I spent a really long time on that one day yesterday. It was like day 2, I think. We spent pretty much the entire time limit, which took like an hour plus of trying to catch any amount of bass. It was bad. Technically, I just have to come in top 50 for like the whole thing, apparently. I don't know if top 50 for every individual day is required. But they said come place in top 50 by the end of the tournament to unlock Masters. So if I just like technically if I just keep doing fine, then I can maybe afford like one day of doing bad as well. If I just like absolutely can't get the fish to work, you know? What lake are we doing? This one? Alright, it's gonna be that skinny bit on the bottom then. That's our spot. I put some actual effort into Yakuza 2 stuff last night. And well, really more this morning. I gave up on the PS2 version pretty quickly, but I now have like a partial decompilation of the Wii U version, you know, with the debug symbols and everything. So I'm kind of just trying to dig through it right now and see if I can find the function that is responsible for rolling Coliseum opponents. I couldn't find it this morning. I was looking around for like 20 minutes or so, but it's all there. All the function names are there, so theoretically it should be there somewhere. I think I kind of might have found it, but it's like, I'm not really sure. It's hard to tell. The function names are filled in, so you can see, like, there'll be a function called, like, you know, start tournament, and that's like, oh, that's pretty promising, start tournament. But then it'll be like, you know... Actually, wait, hold up, we're quitting this immediately. There was stuff I wanted to do in the shop. There was stuff that I have to do in the shop before we, start working on this. I was gonna see if I could buy a better fishing rod or something like that. Hold up. Hold up, immediately bailing on that day. I forgot I was gonna do that. I have to rebuy a bunch of lures as well, because I lost all my lizards, and the lizards are good. But like you'll get a function name like that, but then once you're in there, like all the code, none of that's annotated or anything. That's all just like, you know, every variable is just called variable, and all the code is just like mysterious and not written by a human. So it's hard to tell exactly what's going on in any function, but the names are a good hint. So I'll have to really dig into it. Anyway, we want to go shop, buy, so like a better reel. This is a $28,000 reel. That's pretty crazy, I think. The numbers on it don't really mean anything to me though, you know? Spinning versus bait casting. There are only 2 reels. This one costs 28k, so it has to be an upgrade, right? Wait, I don't have the money for this. I only have, no, I do. No, wait. No, I have $248,000. I'm fine. I do have the money for this. I'll just go for it then. I'm not really sure if that helps. As for rod... none of these rods cost money. Oh, they do cost money. This one is $156,000. Maybe it's good. Well, what did I just buy? You might have to buy a matching reel and rod, right? That I bought a spinning reel, so we probably want a spinning rod as well. And this one costs 150. Well, I already have one. Like, look at quantity. I apparently already own the incredibly expensive rod, and I don't know what the difference between this and this is. Like, this one, they all have the exact same numbers. I think we might just roll with this. I think I might just roll with this. Like, I guess I can equip that maybe. Then do like a, well, hold up, what do I have? Edit tackle, tackle set 1, edit, line, all. I might have lost, oh, there's that. Okay, no, I didn't lose anything. I think I've maybe not been using the fluorocarbon line this whole time. The potentially better line. Anyway, give me the pearl lizard. I'll take 7 of them. Oh no. I think there's gonna be some leaf blower noise outside my window for a while. Leaf blower army has arrived to make horrible noise. Sorry, nothing I can do about it. Anyway, line all, let's go. Well, where's my fluorocarbon? Why can't I select that? Why can't I select that? It's weird that it doesn't see, it's like, yeah, you used it, and then you look here and it's not actually changed. It's, doesn't make any sense. Anyway, we got our lizard, put a sinker on it. Let's go ahead. I think I did. Yeah, I did swap the reel already. So we'll see if this helps at all with getting larger fish to not just like snap the line in 1 second. Not a ton of dots. Not a ton of dots, but there are dots, so I guess I guess we just begin the fishing. Hey Rio, not great. Not great at all. They've sort of scientifically engineered the most confusing and boring possible fishing game, and it's also way longer than like every other fishing game I've ever had to play. So that's not great. It's always the worst games that they decide to make the longest. I don't know why that is. It is challenging, yes. I have basically not caught a single large bass in 5 hours. Yeah, it's there are 15 days. There are 15 days of fishing. This is day 8. So we're like halfway. I might just not catch anything here. Something might be different about the lake. Complaining strats worked. Got him. That better be big enough. 16. Nice. That is actually the largest bass I have ever caught. 310. I think that's the largest one I've ever caught. Yeah, if there's ever a tournament to catch Amur catfish, we're so in there. I don't think there will be. If I were designing the game and I put all the, like, this is a thing. This is not just exclusive to this game, but these fishing games will have all different types of fish in it, and yet, if you catch anything that isn't a bass, they're just like, oh, that's wrong, throw it back. Like, never, like, the other fish are just, like, trash to annoy you, you know? Like, they don't, like, why'd you even put them in the game if they're completely worthless like that? Um, so if I were making this game, there totally would be an Amur catfish tournament. Yeah, there's just no music at all, and then suddenly, well, I mean, every fish that isn't a bass doing, like, we essentially are already in nothing but bass, but with the added, sometimes you catch something that is just worthless. You know, they never ask you for anything but bass. Destiny is happily married, Dab. She's not on dating apps. Has that guide actually been helpful? Not really. There's like one or two spots that I'm using that the guide said to use, but like this is a spot that the guide said to use to go into the kind of skinny area between where Pier 1 is and the rest of the lake, like that. That's something from the guide, but for the most part, I am not really listening to the guide because the guide is like not that helpful. The guide is mostly just like some guy recounting his playthrough of the game rather than any concrete advice. He literally points you to spots where he said that he was able to catch a really big Amur catfish, as if Amur catfish do anything when you catch them. Like, I don't care. Show me the spot with the good bass. But I'm not even really sure if there are, like, spots like that in this game, you know? There are spots where, like, this is where larger bass congregate in this corner of the lake. Like, I don't know. I don't know if that's how they did it. Because there are a lot of spots where I'm just getting a bunch of small bass. Haven't caught anything in forever. Game sucks. I think the problem is that it's moving the fish. It's like I need the lizard to stay down there. You know, all the fish are pretty deep in this area. I think I just have to kind of hang out for like a long time before attempting to reel anything in. Maybe all the fish are just like under my boat. Like maybe I'm casting in the wrong direction here. Yeah, we've got the denim shirt, the denim shorts, and the denim shoes. The denim shoes are important. Fully denimed. Man, I caught that big fish pretty fast. Hmm. There's like no other fish. There are dots. They're just not. They just don't want my lizard. Ooh, okay, didn't even have my hand on the controller for that, because I don't expect anything anymore. Nope. Just some kind of piece of trash. After all that, and it's just a junk fish. You know, hang on. Let me... I wonder if these other sinkers, like, behave differently. I feel like they're... I feel like my lizard is not sinking. I want my lizard to actually sink. That's why I put the sinker on it. Yeah, this is way better. This is way better. Well, I just... Maybe we find another spot. I don't know. Maybe I have to go find another spot, because I can't get anything here. Got that one bass, and that's it. I guess looking at the radar, there are tons of dots along the very bottom. Maybe that's my problem. Maybe we really just do have to scrape the bottom of the lake. If I just do that, and then we just... No, I'm still getting absolutely nothing. Too much Wetrix. Prepare. Fungus. It's on PS2. One day in PS2 thing, I will have to play a whole bunch of Wetrix. Nah, I think the original Wetrix is on, like, Dreamcast as well or something, but then there's a sequel. Yeah, Aqua Aqua, which is, I think, basically just this exact same thing. And that's on PS2. I feel like the problem with this, I might have to do something about this sinker, because, like, I can't cast nearly as far with it, which means we don't have enough time to potentially get a fish to bite, you know? Because you just reel it in way too fast. Like, maybe we actually go back to what I was doing before. It doesn't sink as fast, but look how much farther you can cast it. Wow, this sinks really slow, doesn't it? This actually sucks. Of course, I still just don't catch anything anyway. I think this is a dead spot. I think I gotta go somewhere else. This is not good, but I think I gotta go somewhere else. The fish have caught on to my tricks. Nothing at all over here, huh? Okay. In what world is it morning? The world of California. Someone's camping here. There's tents. A lot of tents. I'm going really far from the pier. This is... I can't find anywhere to fish. Maybe that spot was the only spot in the whole lake with fish, actually. There have been like a few dots here and there, but no like dense area of fish. Man, I've only caught that 3-pounder. I can't... Or I did catch that 3-pounder, so like I don't want to reset and waste this opportunity. Like the 3-pounder is such a huge get. Like, fuck it. Is this where we try to fish? There were just a couple dots there. Is this really what I try to do? No, this is not what we try to do. This is clearly stupid. I'm going to this, like, island. The island has gotta be good, right? There's gotta be stuff by the island. A lot of beeping. I'm not sure if the beeps are supposed to be fish, but there's nothing on the radar. Because that... Is all that beeping fish? Should I attempt fishing here? At some point I'm gonna have to spend like an hour boating all the way back too. It sucks. Maybe I should just go back. Maybe I should just cut my losses and go all the way back. And then spend the remainder of the time trying to fish in that area. We're like fucked today though. We're gonna come in like 100th place. Ooh. Hello. First time I've been reeling in a fish in like 15 minutes. How do I seal the deal on this guy? Got him. And he's not a bass. Wait, is he? No. Sauger. Fuck you. Not a bass. Man, what a disappointment. That's like the largest fish I've ever caught, maybe. It was like 5 something. This sucks, dude. I think I might just go back. I think I might just go all the way back. A lot of beeping. Yeah, fuck it. I'm going back. I'm actually just going back. This entire lake is devoid of fish except for this tiny area at the bottom. There's just 0 fish anywhere. I think this is gonna have to be my one day where I come in way worse than 50th, and we just accept that, cause I caught that 3-pounder. That's a fish, but somehow I think I'm probably not gonna catch anything else before the time limit. I think there's no other fish. Seems unlikely. Like, by the time we get back to where the pier is, it's gonna be like 10:30 at least. I think we started this at 7:30. I've used up a lot of time. Why did they make these lakes so large if they were going to make 98% of them empty? I don't get it. From a game perspective, I don't get it. I just drove over a ton of dots and now there's none? Where'd all those dots go? Where'd all those dots go? What? There's like a million of them right here somewhere. Oh well. Oh well. I guess it's back to trying this. It seems like this might be better actually since the water's not as deep. There's a ton of dots, and they're just not... Nobody's biting at all. There's a ton of dots. I guess they're all under my boat, though. Like, I might have to If I back up... If I just back up a bit... Then, like, maybe down there. And maybe I just try a different lure altogether. Maybe they just don't like lizards. Maybe they just don't like the lizard. The lizard's been successful for like the whole game so far, but maybe they just don't like lizards. There's tons of fish down there. Like, we know it. They're on the radar. I really don't understand. I've never had this problem in the game before where they refuse to bite. They all just absolutely refuse to bite. Like, fuck it. What else have I got? What else have I got? The lizard is cursed. I'm convinced. It has to be the fault of the lizard somehow. None of this other stuff, like all this other shit just goes along the surface though. It's completely worthless. Maybe we go black lizard. Get like an edgier lizard in there. No, this is stupid. This is stupid. Edit, blur, all, lizard. We're gonna go for this. Just for like maximum cast distance. Roblox gift cards, will that attract the fish? What if they redeem my gift cards before I can reel them in though? Alright. Please. Please just be a bass. Please just be a bass. A bass that I reel in and catch, you know? I feel like he's coming in too easy. He's a bass, though. Please be large enough. Please be large enough. Yes, 15 inches. It's something. It's something, dude. That's the first bass we've caught in... I've been live for 58 minutes. That's probably the first bass I've caught in, like, half an hour. I feel like it's been half an hour since that first one. Anything to sort of, like, we're not gonna get top 50 unless the bass start absolutely flooding in for some reason. We're not getting top 50. But, if I can kind of stem the bleeding a little bit so that I don't drop too low, that'd be great. If I get... Well, I can't check my live... But I think that was like a 2-pounder, probably. It was 15 inches. It was probably like a low 2-pounder or something. We're likely around 5 pounds right now. I think one more bass would actually, like, kind of redeem the whole day. I think one more would kind of redeem the whole day. Yeah, we're at 5:15 right now. One more bass, and we might actually still be able to get out of here with top 50, which would be insane. That is the ambient sound of the game. The leaf blowers have stopped. They left a little while ago. I feel like fishing in shallow waters has to just be better, because if there's fish in the shallow water, then they're more crunched up in terms of, like, you know, depth. They're more likely to be close. There's just less room in there for you to be far away from them. So I kind of want to be fishing in, like, the shallow water by the land. I think at 12, I think we've got another half hour of in-game time, and then I gotta go. Man, remember when I was gonna do maybe 3 days today? Now I'm thinking maybe I'm only doing this day, 'cause this day is taken, like, the entire time limit. I didn't expect to be here for this long. Figured I'd just catch my fish and get out, but apparently you can't just do that anymore. There's so many days though, like I can't just do one fishing day per stream, because then it would take 15 streams to beat this game. And I don't want to spend 2 weeks of my life playing this game every day. Okay. It's just coming right in. It can't be that big. Ah, no, okay. It's putting up a fight. Never mind. I kind of just prefer, like, knowing that I can get by with a bunch of, like, 1 pound... Nope, not a bass. Knowing that I can get by with a bunch of smaller bass, I would almost kind of prefer to get a bunch of smaller bass because they get caught faster. They put up less of a fight. There's less likely for them to just, like, steal my lizards. I'd rather just get, like, a bunch of 1 pounders and then roll with that than try to actually catch larger things, and then it just never works. Or, like, that the method for catching larger things is not understandable. Like, it's just... You just kind of hope that it works. I would rather go with something more consistent. We're not. We're not getting any more bass. This is... Oh well, hopefully I do get to move on. I don't know. Hopefully I do get to move on. Please. This is my last fish. Whatever this is, we're going after we catch this thing. It's big. I don't know if I can catch it. It's too big. It's not gonna be a bass. Large things are never bass. It's always amur catfish, or whatever that other thing was, the stobber, or whatever, that thing that we caught back there. It's never actually a bass when it's this big. I remember them mentioning in the tutorial that fish eventually get tired. And they were mentioning that in the context of being able to pick the fish up out of the water. I do wonder if it applies to, like, reeling in these really uncooperative fish. Like, do they eventually cooperate and we're just waiting for him to tire out before we can reel him in? Or could I potentially be here forever trying to reel this idiot? Yep, not a bass. It's never a bass. I have caught so many... At 8 pounds, 9 ounces, damn. Well, I have caught so many not bass fish. It is just bullshit. It's just bullshit. It sucks. I caught like 5 different giant fish that all weren't bass. Oh, no, I meant to say yes. No. Well, whatever happens, happens, I guess. 63rd. Still 34th overall, so I guess we move on. I guess we're moving on. That sucks, dude. How did I spend the entire time? And I literally, it's not that I tried to catch bass but failed. There were dots everywhere and they weren't fucking biting. And anytime something would bite, it wasn't a bass. Oh, great. Look at how the first and second day of Masters are both on that lake, too. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess I was able to catch pretty heavy things there. The line didn't snap, which is what we bought the new rod for. Just... Not that it says anywhere in the game that that's what new rods do, but, you know, just based off the guess that maybe the rod and the reel have something to do with being able to reel in larger things. It kind of seemed to maybe work. Are we feeling bass? It's tough to see. It might have been a bass. That's way too small. Yeah, northern largemouth, but only 12. They're not going to count that. Still, we've got an actual spot here where fish bite, maybe. Super shallow water. The shallow water is definitely going to limit the size of the fish. But, if I can just get stuff that's, like, slightly large enough, then we'll be fine. $14, not quite. Definitely not. $54? What is it doing? What do I have on the line here? Hook off? What? That was maximum reel speed. There was nothing I could have done about that. I was reeling it in as fast as possible. I think it was just charging the boat, and because of that, there was no tension. There's not really anything I could do about it. Nope. I'm pretty sure none of these are counting. Yeah, none of these are counting. Hopefully there's something over here that's the right size, because I don't want to, like... I feel like the fact that I get tons of bites here, like, I just want to fish here. I don't want to have to go fish someplace else. I just want to do it here. And just hope that I can get stuff large enough. No. It just feels a lot better to be doing this than to be, like, even if there's an area where, like, maybe, I don't know, it really sucks to be trying to fish and not even getting any fish on the line. That just really is, like, very demoralizing. I feel like I'm much better off trying to do this, and hopefully I'll just get stuff that's 15 inches if I just catch enough things. No idea what we're looking at, but whatever it is, it's kind of large, I think. Oh yeah, it's large. I saw that. Can't tell if it's a bass, but it is large. It's kind of bassy. They're all kind of bassy. Every fish kind of looks like a bass. I didn't see the whiskers on it. It's probably not an Amur catfish. Nah, it's the Amur catfish. A-M-U-R is how they spell it. And it's the catfish that keeps showing up whenever I think I'm catching something big. He's like the main antagonist of Pro Fishing Challenge. You waste all your time reeling in something huge, you get it, and then it's the Amur catfish. He tricked you. No, what? How is that hook off? It was at maximum tension. Well, that was clearly a large bass. Like, wasn't it, like, at full tension, and then suddenly it just went to 0 and then said hook off? But, like, there's no way you could have done anything about that. That would have totally counted, too. That dude was huge. I don't think the song means anything, because, like, that's the smallest possible fish, and they gave me the exciting song. I don't think the song means anything. Nah, there's no way. It's not the Florida largemouth. Ah, okay, hold up. Spotted? I think Spotted's limit might be 12. Yes, okay, we're on the board. We're on the board. I just gotta get 4 more of those. We're gonna have a lot of problem in the Masters round when the size requirement goes up again. And it starts asking me to get, like, 20-inch fish, and I've just never even seen one of those before. Like, see, he's got the stripes on the back. This is the Florida largemouth, and those have to be 15. That's gonna be too small, though. No, that was really? Oh, that was northern largemouth. That also has to be 15. Well, everything takes place in the morning. Like, every day of the tournament is like 6:30 to noon, that kind of thing. Fishing is like a bright and early activity. Gotta be ready to rise and grind. Nope. Amur catfish. That's the smallest Amur catfish I've ever seen. It is a bass. I think it's a bass. It might not be. I can never tell. Got him. Oh yeah, that's a bass, alright. 5 pounds, 10 ounces, dude. That is the largest bass I have ever caught in this game by far. 5 pounds, 10 ounces. Where are we at then? That's 612. Alright, we gotta catch like 1 or 2 more. I want to try to catch as much as possible here, actually, to make up for the fact that yesterday was bad. Yesterday being the in-game yesterday. Yeah, that dude was huge. I feel like Masters is gonna be like you have to catch a bunch of stuff like that. I'm worried about it. There's no way. 12. It's good to know that stuff like that is in this area, though. This is definitely, like, this is the best lake in the game. It's got the most convenient fish. You just constantly reel stuff in and hope that something big shows up. It's easy. It's never specified, but presumably the US. This game is Japanese, not just published by Atlas, but it was developed by a Japanese developer. But, I don't know, I think this is an America game. Try hanging up situations. I think it's dead. I don't think I'm getting this back. Oh, there we go. The second I give up and stop pressing buttons, it just unsnags. That's how it's done, I guess. This thing's kind of large, too. Got him. Nope. Just a tiny-ass amber catfish again. Pathetic. Northern largemouth. Dude, we haven't seen any more of the ones that are okay at 12. The spotted bass. I need spotted bass. Was this only released in North America? I actually didn't know that. Because I mean, I'm pretty sure this was a Japanese developer. It shows that logo at the start. Oh man, this guy is he's a big boy. You know, it's opus.co.jp or whatever. I don't know what else those people made, but damn it. Yeah, when they swim under the boat, things just get crazy. You just lose the fish when that happens. the Opus website seems like it no longer exists. I bet they're one of those developers that just made a ton of fishing games, like T&E Soft, the kings of golf and fishing. Let's see, mobygames.com. Actually, my internet is just not working. Hello? Oh, there we go. Pro Fishing Challenge 2004. Developers Opus Corp. Oh yeah, we did look these people up. We did look these people up the other day, because they... Yeah. They made like the Evangelion N64 game, which is pretty crazy. A couple of UFC games on the PS2 they made for some reason. The Half Minute Hero series. They were all over the place. They were actually not like a fishing game developer. This was not their bag, if you couldn't tell. They would do all kinds of things. Yeah, they kind of just made like every genre of game. Fighting games, porn games. Whatever Fluid for PS1 is. Try Cast. I think I will try Cast. Good advice. I might have scared off all the fish finally. Just catch literally everything. There's no fish left. Alright, it is putting up a fight, so it's not small. Whatever it is. 2-pound Amur catfish in before. Got him. Yep, it's junk. Thanks for the pike, bro. I've got 4 in-game hours. I have to get 1 fish. I need 1 more bass, and then we can just go end the day early. putting up a big fight, and it hasn't surfaced, so I have no idea if it's a bass or not. Would be fun if it was like Yakuza 5, where you could like tell based on the behavior. It's just getting farther and farther away from me, though. It's at 35 yards now. How... Things aren't getting better for me. They're getting worse. There was a time when this fish went under my boat. It was right here, and now it's all the way out there. Maybe the fish will tire out. Like, now it's coming in. Now he's coming in. Got him. And it's not a bass. Blue catfish, 8 pounds, 10 ounces. Great. For some reason, it's only the big basses that get away from me. The big catfish, they're happy to get reeled in. Any day of the week, they will waste my time, but the big basses will waste my time and then leave. Yo. You have to press B when the circle under the water is red. Got him. And it's a pike. Reeling in all this giant crap. That's just nothing. Haven't even seen a small bass in a minute. It's just like big junk. This is not a bass. Oh, it is a bass, but it's way too small. 11 inches, the smallest bass I've ever seen. Not even big enough if it was the spotted bass. If this day also ends in me not placing top 50, that's gonna be so messed up. After catching that 5-pounder. Fuck, there's nothing I could have done about that. I was reeling and jerking the rod around and it just wouldn't do it. I don't think there was anything I could have done about that. Oh, wait. No, that was way too small. Yeah. Still only have that one spotted and the big one. Come on. This game is so annoying. Maybe I do actually have to go fish someplace else. Decent-sized bass are actually a lot rarer than I thought they were. Here, at least, you know? Come on, just scooch a little bit closer for me. That might be good. That might be good. 13. Damn it. Nope. That doesn't even look like a bass. And it's just getting reeled right in anyway. I think, maybe it is a bass, but it's definitely too small. Yeah, that's like a new record, smallest bass. 10-inch Florida largemouth. Wait, hold up. That's spotted. 11. No. Damn it. I don't know if there's going to be any variance in fish size along the grass like this. I feel like it's all going to be small fish. Aside from the large ones that refuse to let me catch them, that show up every now and then, I guess. I don't know, not much I can do besides just keep trying until something shows up. Maybe I'll get another shot at like a 5-pounder and then I'll get it and then we'll be free. That's not big enough. There's no way that this thing is tiny. Unless it's a 12-inch spotted. Maybe. One 12-inch spotted is all I need. It is spotted. Is it 12? 12. I think I'm done. I think I'm done. Yeah, 8.2. I'm gonna keep going, though. I am gonna actually spend all of the time I can possibly spend. Or at least I'm gonna spend more time, because if I can get closer to the top, then that'll sort of make up for yesterday being bad, and it'll maybe even give me some extra leeway tomorrow, you know? It's so small. Spotted, though. Yeah, only 11. If that was 12, I might have actually turned in, just 'cause. If that was 12, I might have said screw it, good enough. The meter jumping across the screen like this is not appreciated. Nah, no way. Yeah, 13. I don't think they make them in 15-inch variant. I don't think they come in 15 here. I think if you want a size 15, you gotta go someplace else. Nah. Yeah. Get the exciting song for this little creature. This, like, actual living fish stick. Wait, hold up. I think it's still too small. Yeah, 14. 14, but it was closer. You could tell it was a little bit larger. This is nothing. Okay, my boat ended up drifting into, like, not a good position here, I think. It's a bass. Not spotted and too small. I haven't actually seen anything large in a while. We've just been catching random small junk. I feel like there were a bunch of big fish showing up for a bit. You know, not all of them were bass, but there were a bunch of big fish showing up, and now there's kind of not. There's just no fish over here at all. It's just like pollution. What is this? We're in like the disgusting part of the lake. Alright, let's try this. Let's try a thing. Just fish, completely different spot, totally different logic to it. A lot of dots under the bridge. A lot of dots under the bridge, so we'll see what we get. If I get anything. Maybe I'll just get nothing. I don't have a ton of time to mess around with this. I have a little bit of time left in the day. This is my least favorite place to be fighting a fish, right next to the boat. Just given to me. Nope, catfish. Get Amber catfished. It is a bass, but it's gonna be too small. Is that even a bass? What the hell is this creature? Perch. Fake-ass bass. He's kind of bass-shaped. Yeah, that is one. He's gonna be really small. Oh, wait. I don't think that is one. Walleye. Nope. A lot of weird pseudo bass over here. These things look like bass, and then they're just not. I don't know why there's a length requirement for fish. Like, aren't you already competing to see who can catch the largest fish? Why is there a minimum? If you show up with a bunch of, like, small fish, that shouldn't be against the rules. That's just skill issue. No, we never even saw what that was. I feel like that was behaving like an Amur catfish. I don't know if fish behavior is a thing in this game, but that dude was totally an Amur catfish. But, that is really annoying when they just go under the boat and then they get to escape for free. Fish is doing the exact same kind of maneuvers. Yup. Literally hook off while I have the reel pressed all the way down. Maximum reeling speed. Still hook off. Just nothing you can do about it. How did that not? It's really annoying when the fucking suddenly the fish are just like insane back here. Okay. But really annoying that it feels like a lot of the time there's just nothing you can even do in this game. When you're trying to reel in a larger fish, it just doesn't feel like there's any kind of strategy to it. I don't even think this guy's that big. really fighting. I swear that was at 0. Did you see that? It was at 0 point something. It went to 0 point something and it just wouldn't bring up the catch interface. That's like 4 fish getting away in a row. Something like that. It's ridiculous. That's not it. That's like a 13. Yeah. Well, I'll give it till 11:30, and then we turn in. I can't catch 5 fish that are, of, like, legal size anymore. I don't know what it is. I got past the first 2 days, okay. I don't know how I caught that 5-pounder at the start of this day either. That's never happening again, I guess. Oh? Please don't be a walleye. It's a fucking walleye. Straight into my boat. He's useless, though. Yes, you may ask a question. Did I accidentally type in 1118? I might have set this game to the wrong number. Hey, no one mentioned it this whole time, so yeah, 1118. No one brought it up the whole time, so... That's just objectively not the fish I'm looking for. Goodbye. I mean, I'll try to reel it in. I'll try to reel it in, but... This is just definitely not a bass. Clearly a perch. Not sure anyone's paying attention. Yeah, it's fair. Pretty big perch, though. This were a perch fishing competition. This is the last fish, then I'm going in. I got enough to oh, okay. I got enough to make today valuable, like I got enough fish that I will place in the top 50 today, but not really enough to make up for tomorrow or to get me any kind of leeway or to make up for yesterday. I don't think this is a bass. I think that's a walleye. It's perched. Alright, well, that's that. It's just Edu. No tainment. Just one last fish. Just one last fish, bro. I can stop whenever I want. It's tiny. The pier's right there. I can hang out here for a sec. I'm not worried about it. This thing's actually kind of fighting. I am worried about it if I have to deal with a fighter who's gonna take forever. I'd love to at least be able to like see this fish and identify him before committing. We're really running up against a time limit here. Like, does this fish know that I gotta be over there in 13 minutes? I think it knows. Got him, and it's not even. I don't remember what this is. It's pike. Okay, well, thank you for wasting my time, pike. Making me nearly miss the way in. Oh, wait, hold up. That's not the pier, is it? Is it the pier? Please tell me this is the pier. Might be that one back there, though. Nah, this is the pier. Alright, well, it's top 50 for today, probably. 17th, yeah, good. Good, moving up a little bit. Pike Vegeta. Has Spike played any fishing games? I think he has. I think there are a number of fishing games on Super Nintendo. They exist. Alright, we're at 28. I think, to be honest with you, I did start this stream an hour late. I think we're just gonna send it for the, I think we're just gonna send it and finish professional today, and then we'll get into masters, and I probably just won't end up actually playing pirates. Ultra boring stream. I'm gonna step away for a sec though. Give me 1 minute here before we go in. Alright, yeah, we're just gonna do it. We're just gonna do this. We're just gonna finish pro mode today, and I'm in like 28th place or something, so I can't catch literally nothing. But I've got some room to screw stuff up. I have no idea where to catch things, by the way. I think we do Pier 2. I don't remember this lake. It's a shame that the Super Nintendo River King game is Japan only, so Spike won't get to play it. Yeah, right, we were doing that, like, under the bridge fishing. That's what I did in this lake last time. And I think it kind of didn't work that well, but it's my only lead. I am Destiny. The boat does not have a name. It's my destiny to catch these fish. I feel like this is not the type of boat that you name, you know? This is just like a crappy hunk of aluminum. We are making no progress with this fish at all. It is staying put. It is staying put. I am holding down the reel in button. It is absolutely staying put. Yeah, this fish has like planted himself in the ground. Hook off. What the what was that? That wasn't behaving like a fish at all. Like, what was that? Yeah, there's the front, there's the part that she's standing on, and then you can see the seat kind of behind it. It is a pretty shallow boat. The seat looks like it's like 1 foot deep, but you know, this is the cheapest boat for a reason. Actually, there's a cheaper boat. You can get a rowboat, which I imagine is just completely useless. I don't know why there's a boat worse than the one you start with. Like, who's buying that boat? I'm not sure. We're gonna move away a little bit. We're gonna go this way. I think that the fish are under me and not where I'm casting. Rowboat speedrun challenge. Just speedrunning this game at all sounds incredibly bad. Reminds me of, actually, this ties into a number of topics, but it reminds me of the speedrun of Lord of the Rings Online for crossing the entire map as a chicken, and it's 3 hours of walking in a straight line as a chicken, and if anything hits you once, you die. Then just lose. But, did you guys see that, like, apparently Amazon's game stuff is, like, dead now? They were apparently working on another Lord of the Rings MMO, and that's apparently dead, and like all of their game people are just getting laid off or something. I think New World is going into maintenance mode and they're gonna shut it down in a year or something like that as well. I have no feelings on that at all. There was some like LinkedIn post going around. I saw it in PMC's Discord today, but I saw it posted somewhere else yesterday that it was like some LinkedIn post by some Amazon Games VP type guy. And he was like, "We have failed to compete with Steam a number of times," and like the stuff he was listing, I was just like, "What? That happened? Like you failed so hard that no one even noticed your failure?" Like, I do remember when they tried selling games through Twitch. I do remember that. It was part of like the whole Twitch desktop app thing that like completely bombed because no one wanted to use the website that way. But yeah, I think not a very hot take. But I think that if you want people to switch to your thing versus someone else's thing, step number 1 is to somehow make your thing better rather than just making the same thing. You know, you can't just also sell games, because then why would anyone change if it's just the same thing as what you're already using? Yeah, Luna exists. It was like a couple months ago, I think. I think they said that they were like rolling. It was some kind of reorganization of branding where they were like, we're rolling Twitch Prime in, or rather Prime Gaming, because they've rebranded it a couple times. But I think they said they were somehow rolling Prime Gaming in with Luna. I remember it was like a month or two ago, and a lot of people's reaction was, wait, what's Luna? Which I knew what it was because it has Yakuza 0 on it. So I immediately knew because mysterious new version of Yakuza 0 just dropped. But it just like a lot of people did not notice them ever drop that. And I mean, you know, you saw what happened to Stadia. People aren't interested in game streaming. The whole game streaming thing kind of makes sense on paper. I can see how tech executive people would convince themselves it's a good idea. But yeah, it's been a total bomb, hasn't it, over the years? Nobody wants to pay for that. Okay, this spot sucks. Oh, literally the instant I say this spot sucks, we get a bite. Please be bass. Still think it'll eventually be a thing. I think I agree. Just like thinking about how fucking expensive game hardware is, you know? Hundreds of dollars for a PS5, into the thousands for a PC. It makes sense. It makes sense, but people, I don't know, just like there are just too many downsides as well. Come on, give me that, give me that, give me that. Please be a bass, please be a bass, please be a bass. Yes! 6 pounds, holy shit. 6 pounds, 11 ounces. Oh my god, this fish is just like gonna solo carry me through the day, actually. I think we're pretty much good. Yeah, I mean, it kind of like... I mean, gamers are a strange bunch, but, you know, people were happy to give up ownership of movies, you know, rather than buying DVDs and Blu-rays and stuff. People are happy to just stream the movie. You know, you don't feel like you need to own the movie, but I think people feeling like they need to own the game is a big part of why game streaming hasn't caught on. You know, I mean, the part of it is just that like the model for Stadia was fucking terrible, where you had to pay a subscription and you had to still pay for the individual games. I think that might be, like, I don't know how much of a barrier that was versus just the concept period, but that's like pretty terrible, right? Not only are you paying the monthly fee, it would be like on Netflix if you're paying the monthly fee and you're still paying $10 to watch the movie on top of that, which I think they might have done at some point. I think that I think in 2020 Disney might have done that on Disney Plus for like some movies that they released. I think they did that, but generally speaking, that's not the model, you know. Yeah, I guess movies are fundamentally different from games in that way. You know, like a movie, you know, I mean, there are a lot of movies that you've seen multiple times, but I would say the vast majority of movies you watch once for an hour and a half, and then you definitely never intend to ever watch it again, probably, I feel like. It's not like a game where it's like tens of hours and you'll come back to it later and you're expected to update it and shit like that. Maybe in that case, the idea that you wouldn't, or that you would have to keep paying over time for access to the game makes it more of a non-starter. Wow, I just pulled like a leech out of the river. What the hell? A 6-ounce Amur catfish, literally like a baby. Look at this dude. Look at this dude. I didn't know they made catfish that small. But how most people... Yeah, no, that's true. You could usually get a used copy of a game pretty much a week after it came out from GameStop for like... It'd be like $5 cheaper, tops. But yeah, that was a thing, wasn't it? I don't know, man. I just wonder why, like, Netflix has completely supplanted the idea of owning the movies. Spotify has completely supplanted the idea of owning the music. But video games stubbornly continue. And I know someone out there is typing right now, well, actually, you still don't own the game. You just own a license to the game, a revocable license or whatever. And, like, I know, but it's different. You know what I mean? Tech isn't there. But if the tech was there, like, let's say hypothetically you could stream the game with a guarantee that there would be no input lag whatsoever. And that, you know, you wouldn't drop the connection or anything. You know, would it catch on? I feel like it still wouldn't catch on. Maybe I'm wrong. But yeah, I guess I'm pretty disconnected from... It's the kind of thing, it's hard to have perspective on these things when you're me, because, you know, I'm like, I don't think anyone would do that, but also, if you ask me, I'm like, who the fuck is buying FIFA every year? And the answer is millions of people who are not discussing games on the internet, so I don't know them. You know, broader trends are different. But, like, game streaming failed with those people, too, so I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I guess, like... I guess Game Pass is sort of the thing where, you know, Game Pass is not streaming, but it is a subscription service to access games. They keep raising the price on it. Game Pass, I don't really know what the situation with Game Pass is, but I'm pretty sure a lot of people do use Game Pass. I think developers complain that, yeah, like, does it make money? I don't know. But I think developers often complain that when their games are on Game Pass, it eviscerates their game sales, which does mean that there are people using Game Pass, you know? Yeah, I think Game Pass a while back was like $5 a month or something. I think it was more in like the 5 to 10 range. And I feel like at that price, I can kind of see it. But didn't they just raise it to like 15? Something... They really raised it recently pretty high. I don't know. The Xbox. Xbox as a brand is in such a sorry state. Yeah, I've never paid a full month of Xbox Game Pass. I take advantage of different deals when they show up, so I've never paid for it. I'll be like, ooh, we got a 1 month deal. 1 month for $1. All right, give me that, and then I'll play like 2 or 3 games that month. Or I I bought a new laptop a year ago, and it came with 3 months of Game Pass that I redeemed somewhat recently to play. Actually, I redeemed it to play the Tony Hawk 3 and 4 remake, and then I didn't play that, and I played other stuff instead. And I forget what I played Halo Infinite with it. That's what I did. I'm sure I played something other than that too. Whenever I look in Game Pass, it's so promising when you see like, oh, there's like 1,000 games on here. Surely I'll be able to find something that I want to play. And I start scrolling, and then I keep scrolling, and eventually I hit the bottom of the list, and I'm like, oh. It's just like, I just have this experience where nothing on there is actually that appealing to me. But over the times I've had betas, I've had like demos, dollar months and stuff like that. I have played a number of things on there. About 3 years before the last big increase. Got it till April 2026. Anytime I'm on the free month of Game Pass, I'm like, is now the time they've finally added Cuphead? And it's never the time. Microsoft knows the one game I really want to play, because I've never gotten around to that, but it looks pretty fun, and they'll never add it to Game Pass. They want me to pay full price for Cuphead, and I refuse. It's like Mario Kart to me at this point. I stubbornly refuse. I think it's been on like the console Game Pass. And maybe it has been on PC, and it's just like been taken off or something, because games come and go as well. But whenever I've got it, it's not on there. I've checked a couple times. The library for console and PC is slightly different, which I kind of get, because like, yeah, but it was on console back when. Like, I think console Game Pass has Rare Replay. And, like, I don't know. Wouldn't it be kind of neat if Rare Replay was ported to PC and then put on Game Pass and you got all those Rare games onto PC? Wouldn't that be neat? But they haven't done it. I'm just getting, like... There's like a school of tiny Amur catfishes around here. It's really weird. I'm pretty sure I can just turn in for the day. Like, surely, my 3-pounder and my 6-pounder are enough that I couldn't possibly lose. You know what? I am actually just gonna turn in. There's no way I lose this. I straight up think there's no possible way I could not place in the top 50 with the amount of weight, my tonnage of bass. Wow, I've never had a fish bite that close to the... Ooh, who's a big boy? Never had a fish bite that close to the boat before. I was just kind of reeling it in so that I could leave. I gotta play that new Katamari game that came out. People say it's good. People are saying it's good, though I also saw a video where apparently the controls are weird. But people are saying it's good. I gotta get to that soonish. Oh, did I not answer that yesterday? I really don't eat a ton of seafood. I see food and I don't eat it, you know? I don't have any particular beef with fish, LOL. But, yeah, I don't know. It's just not a core component of my diet that much. I'd actually never had sushi before until SGDQ last year when I got dragged to sushi. And I was just like, oh, and it's not like I had a reason for not. It was just like, I just never did. And it was fine. It was totally fine, and then I haven't had it again since. It was just not, I don't know, I blame my dad for this. Growing up, what was for dinner was always his decision, and his decision was just like burger or something of that type. Like, he would have never picked sushi, so we just never had it. So then I just grew up never having it, so then I just never had it, you know? It's just not a part of my life necessarily. Anyway, we totally win, so I am going to... Feast of the Seven Fishes can go to hell. I'm not Italian enough for the Feast of the Seven Fishes. We never did that. And by not Italian enough, I do mean 0% of me is Italian. So no Feast of the Seven Fishes. Damn. They fished up some crazy-ass fish, dude. That was 36. That was the most fish I've ever caught, and it was 36. Well, we do win. Check this out. Masters Fishing now playable. We've qualified for the final rank. It's not GG. There's still 5 more days. We're only 2/3 of the way there. The fishing will continue. Masters Fishing Challenge. How horrible is this gonna be? Like, I wanna know. Wait, are there only 2 days of Masters? There's no way, right? They're only showing 2 days. Like, that's gonna scroll down at some point. I'm consulting GameFAQs on this. Masters. I'm pretty sure I saw that there were 5 days. Second Nah, there's only 2 days. Alright, there's only 2 days. Second Masters Fishing Challenge. Yeah. Alright, well, let's see what we got then. Tournament ranking is determined by the total weight of fish caught. The regulations are as follows, yup. The fish... They've relaxed the restrictions a little bit, I think, or maybe not. They want a 12-inch smallmouth and a 12-inch. I don't know. They didn't say top 50. I might actually have to win. If I have to win, then this is hopeless. I don't think I can place in first, no matter what I do. Let's see. Well, I already have GameFAQs up, so we might as well just look. Masters Fishing Challenge, held at the end of the pro seasons to determine the best of the best. 2 consecutive days following professional. Let's see. How did he do it? Was all over the map with this one. Came out of the river flowing out of the lake north of Pier 3. A couple small... Another... Alright, well apparently he was up in the northeast when he caught a number of big boys. So I might head up there. I feel like I should aim for first, because otherwise I don't think it's gonna end. I don't think it's gonna end if I don't aim for first. But it does say that you probably need about 18 pounds of fish to win. You need about 18 pounds. It says that his low, weight to beat for first, his low, he gives you a range. The low is 12.11 and the high is 18.15. I'm just saying point, dude. I've wanted to say that the whole time. The fact that pounds and ounces are not decimalized is like, it's like it's the fucking 18th century in here. Like, it's ridiculous. I've just been wanting to but it's nope, it's pounds and ounces. Probably the Imperial unit that bugs me the most. If I had to do like a tier list of Imperial units, Fahrenheit is S tier. Feet, yards, and miles are B tier. Pounds and ounces are F tier. I don't like them. Same with like quarts and shit. It all goes in F tier. They were showing dots, so I figured I might as well try fishing here, but there might not be. Yeah, we totally still do stuff in pounds and ounces. Yep, like babies. Babies are pounds and ounces. We're not out here measuring the baby in kilograms. We, you know, as proven by this game, we do fish in pounds and ounces, I suppose. But we just do everything in pounds. I feel like you don't really see ounces that often, unless you're like... Unless you're a drug dealer, yeah. That's a place where you'll see ounce. Well, I don't know. I think they use grams. Have to put patient's weight in as kilograms, but everyone only knows it in stone. Oh man, stone. If there's a tier below F tier, if there's like an F minus tier for units, it's stone. Sorry guys. Sorry to all the Brits, but what the hell is stone? We're gonna put a sinker on this. We're gonna put a sinker on this. Tackle set 1. Exchange. No. Edit. Blur. All. That is not what I want. Oh, that's a fun looking guy. Look at this one. I didn't know I must have just gotten that. You know, now that I said that out loud, I saw a YouTube video last night. I did not watch it because I didn't feel like being made fun of. I didn't feel like feeling bad about myself. But it's, I don't know what I've watched recently between this and like the video dunking on America's trains. I've ended up on like the YouTube recommendation algorithm has somehow ended up tuned to like people clown on America videos, but I saw one that said, "Why do Americans say gotten instead of got?" That's what the thumbnail said. I didn't watch it, so I don't know the answer. But I was like, do we say that? But then I literally just said it out loud. So shit, we do say gotten. But wow, I totally lost my train of thought with that. Oh well. So excited to hang out in this part of the lake and catch nothing all day. It might be if you just get different rewards depending on how you place, then this might be like, I don't know if anyone remembers the ending of Seablade. Possibly a game in competition with this game for the most boring game of all time, Seablade. But at the end of Seablade, there was like a half an hour of unfailable missions where you just had to sit there. And so we just sat there for like half an hour and played RuneScape and waited for the game to be over. I mean, Masters might just be the same way, where once you get to Masters, you just have to sit through the 2 days and then you're good, you know? Maybe it'll roll credits at the end. I'm a bit afraid. Here's what we're gonna do. I didn't save. Well, I'm just afraid that it'll like roll credits if I win, and if I don't win, it won't roll credits, you know? We're gonna play today. We're gonna play this day out of fishing, but for the second day, I'm gonna save and then just like send it. Just send it with 0 pounds of fish and just see what happens. And if it rolls credits, then I'm declaring us free from fishing. But because I didn't save before coming in here, I do kind of have to try today. That is definitely not 12. Nope. So glad to be playing this fishing game. Like, I'm pretty sure that the game would not have let us progress into Masters were we not top 50 through Pro. You know, I've really not checked. I wonder if there's a playthrough of this on YouTube. I feel like there's no way in hell there's a playthrough of this on YouTube. This is one of those games that's just like there's no way. There's not a shot that anyone has recorded footage of the ending of Pro Fishing Challenge. Pro Fishing Challenge. Xbox. Oh, I just typed box, so instead I got a video, $25 versus $50 Bass Pro Fishing Tackle Box Challenge, and it's some guys outside of Pro Bass shops. Let's go Xbox. Pro Fishing Challenge, intro plus gameplay without commentary. No. There's a video of someone playing it online. There's a demo, there's a video. The Rock caught a huge fish. How do I wish there was a way to just like banish shorts to the nether realm where I never have to see them again. Fuck off, shorts. No one asked. Yeah, nobody. Oh, hold up. The other dude, the other Xbox Challenger, or one of the others, has played this. Let's see what he did. He played this for... Let's see. He's actually played this one. Pro Fishing Challenge. He played this game for 15 hours? Oof. Oh, okay. Here we go. Here's our confirmation. Listen to his requirement. He completed amateur. He completed professional. And here's what he says. Completed Masters tournament in 87th. Got the credits. You know what that means, gamers. It's time to get the hell out of here. We're getting credits. I'm going to come in dead last in Masters, and I am totally okay with that. Bam. Weigh in. Please weigh my nothing. Calculating. Calculating my nothing. $111st. Wait, did it say that? Hold up, did I read that wrong? Probably read that wrong. There's no way it didn't say 111th with a TH. Surely they don't just say, if your number ends with a 1, then it's an ST. Oh, wait. I'm in 76th, actually. No, we're fine. We're going to the second day. Give it your best. Wait. Oh no, this is the same day. This is the same day. Because I love shorts. You know, this game has a strong argument for being sports trash. I mean, look, the sports trash label is very arbitrary. There's a lot that's so borderline that I wasn't sure what to do with it. Ultimately, I decided that I was interested in fishing games and that I would play them. But there's another world where I just say, like, no, I'm not going to play them. And, you know, this one in particular is very simulation as well. It was definitely 111th. Hell yeah. I wonder how that error comes about. Like, because it's 109th TH. I feel like they must just say, like, because they only show the top 10 and then you. Like, I wonder if you got 11th. Would it be 11th? Or if it ends in a 1, then it must be a st. But, like, that would be weird, because then it would be 30. Oh, well, yeah, it must just, because think about it, 31st, 41st. Like, because of the word first, really it's only 11. 11 is the only outlier. Where if you get 11th, that's a number that ends in a 1 that gets a TH instead of an ST. So, poor English learners trying to keep this shit straight in their brains. Like, our language makes no sense. I'm calling it though, that's credits, GG. We did have to place top 50 in amateur and pro to get here, so it's not like I could have just quit through everything. It's not like I could have just quit through everything to get here, you know? I did have to sweat it out into Masters. But then Masters is just skippable, I guess. You don't have to. Man. Ugh, God, this is the longest I've played a fishing game, I think. There might have been one on the GameCube. Nah, I played Top Angler Real Bass Fishing for 8.5 hours. I played more of that than I did of this. Though, I played half that offline. I played half of that time offline. For Top Angler Real Bass Fishing, I got to the end but lost on stream in about 4 hours, and I was like, fuck it, that'll do. But then I was bothered, so later that day, I booted up the T2K bot stream, and I played the whole thing again, and I won that time. But there's no VOD of it, unfortunately. I don't think there is, at least. Nah, there's not. You've played 105 fishing games? I don't know if I believe that. Why have you played so many fishing games? I feel like I've played kind of a lot. Yeah, sure, send me your backlog. Please do, I'm curious. But I've probably played like 10-ish fishing games. I feel like that's kind of a lot of fishing games. I've played, at this point, I think 4 on stream, plus a couple River Kings, plus my own fishing game. I'm the only one on Earth who's played my own fishing game. I'm gonna push to finish the scripting tonight and then attempt a full playthrough and see if it's all functional. To be continued. They never continued it. They never continued it, thank God. But there you go. I think that's pretty much everything there is to see here. We did dig through all the menus before, and there was nothing too exciting in them. I think the most interesting thing is that if we connect to Xbox Live, there are actually people who have played this on Xbox Live since it came back up on Insignia. That's something that I have a hard time believing. Any day now. I showed this the other day, but here's the top fisherman. The top fisherman and pro fishing challenge is Yo Ma gives good BJs. With 239 pounds of fish caught. For some reason. I'm curious about ranking by fish type, like... Who's caught the biggest Amur catfish? Oh, of course, it's Yo Ma gives good BJs. Chad Warden's up there too, though. Chad Warden's caught... I mean, only a 4-pounder. Like, I've caught a larger Amur catfish than all of these people, except for Yo Ma and Rory. Because I caught a 6-pound, 10-ounce one, I think, today. But there's no... It's like, it's done online. Like, you can't upload your local scores to this. I would love to. I would love to be able to get on this board, but I think you'd have to... Not you, Rory. Rory 64, right there, with the 6-pound, 15-ounce Amur catfish. I don't think I can upload stuff. But anyway, that's that. Let's go ahead and wrap this thing up. Let's kill Pro Fishing Challenge. Not that song. Yeah, that'll do. So, that was Xbox game number 1118th. I made a typo and I'm gonna have to go back and fix that later. It's not, the number's not that big. Done in 7 hours and 47 minutes. Oh wow, no fishing mini games. We're talking nothing but fishing. If it's on here, you've played it. That is a shitload of fishing. Wow. Very impressive. No sewer level. There were some, like, sewer outlets, you know, where, like, there'd be a pipe going into the water. I think we saw some stuff like that. I think we saw some stuff like that in this game. But, no... We did not go into a sewer to go fishing in the sewers. That would have been cool, though. So how was it? How was the game? Well... Possibly the most boring fishing game ever made. That was possibly the most boring fishing game ever made. The IGN quote isn't lying. There's lots of complex mechanics, but it just leads to confusion. Like, really, to what extent all of that stuff was actually impacting your ability to catch fish, I don't know. I don't know, and I kind of don't think any of it mattered, but there was so much shit in the game as far as just like 500 different fishing poles that all have the same name but with one letter changed, and some of them are, you just start with the most expensive one for some reason, so why would you get the others, and they don't tell you what the others do. Like, is it all just cosmetic? I don't know. The different lures all definitely behaved a little bit differently as far as like how they move in the water. That was a thing that kind of mattered, but all of like so much of it was just confusing. So it was just sort of like, I eventually, after the first like hour or two, I was able to kind of put all of the mechanics behind me and just be like, okay, you select lizard, and then we fish where you see the dots on the radar. Like, as far as depth goes, like that's it. Nothing else matters. All these other mechanics are lies. They don't matter. Annoying catch mechanics as well, I'll say. I did not like the mechanics for how you have to... Like, the meters were just jumping all over the place. It didn't feel like you had any control, or that there was any, like... I don't know, it was just like, once the fish got close to the boat, it was just like a crapshoot if you could catch one. I didn't like that. The complete lack of catch variety is pretty common in fishing games, unfortunately. A lot of fishing games are just like, you know, in a real life competition, you're only trying to catch bass, so this is a bass catching game, you know. The other fish you just throw back, but like, I want to catch the other fish, goddammit, you know. Like, if you're putting 15 types of fish in the game, I fucking want those fish, you know. Let me have my Amur catfish collection. Make a competition where you have to catch the Amur catfish. I don't know, do something. But they just, no, bass only. All the other fish are pretty much just window dressing and just frustrating assholes that are here to waste your time. So overall, this is, I think probably my least favorite of the fishing games we've played. Yeah. Obviously, there's a Mark Davis-sized elephant in the room, but I'm giving this a 1. I'm giving it a 1. I did not enjoy this game. I found it to be turbo boring, and not in a good way. I do not think this is one of the better made fishing games out there. I'm gonna have to go in and fix that number. I think the 1118th thing might